Hi everybody, we're going to get started with the card kits now. This is the first card we're going to do, so pull out card kit number 1. And in the card kit number 1, you're going to find your card pieces and a mat and some ribbon and some embellishments of 2 little gems. So first thing we're going to do, I'm going to complete each of the cards today, all 6 of them, and I'm going to maybe change them up a little bit so that you can see a different variation, and we'll see how it goes. So let me get started here. I'm going to take some glue and attach my yellow mat. You can follow along with me or just watch and play it back later. And this mat here is cut to 3 3/16 by 4 1/4. And this one is cut to 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. And then I cut this one slightly smaller. I think I cut it to whatever size it came on the paper, 3 by 4. And I'm going to glue that directly on top of it. Yes, I changed it up from this one. I wanted to give you a different view. I think that's kind of fun. Give you some different options. At the end of this video, I've got a couple of different cards that I made to give you some other options as well of what you can do with some of these papers. These are absolutely gorgeous papers, and I want to make sure you utilize them well. After I get this attached, okay, I'm going to turn it over. Well, no, I'm not. I'm going to stick it in here, and I'm going to center it so that I have a 1/4 of an inch on all 3 sides. That's going to be hidden by this panel here. So I'm going to glue this down now. Put it in here. Press it down firmly. Burnish it. And now I'm going to fold this. This piece comes over top like that. And we're going to put a ribbon on there. But before I put the ribbon, I'm going to put a sticker across through there. And our packet came with a wonderful collection of stickers. I'm going to use this one on the bottom here. I'm going to cut it just enough to go across that card. Hopefully I cut it right. If not, we'll cut another one. Let's see. Oh, too short. Well, let's do another one just to be safe. I'll take it off and put it on the card here. I'm going to leave just a little bit of the ivory backing showing on the top there. It's hard to get this long a piece straight. Just like that. There we are. Stick that down. Now I'm going to take my ribbon and I'm going to attach it on the back of my card. I'm going to take some glue, run it across the back, take the middle of my ribbon, attach that, bring it over, and now I'm going to fold it around that, keeping that flap just like in the middle here so that it goes down nice and flat. And then tie a bow. A pretty little bow. Yes, I know bow making takes a little bit of skill, but you can do it. Just keep practicing. All right, there's my bow. I'm going to trim my ends. I'm going to fold the ribbon in half, trim it and get a little point, trim it again, and get a little point. Very nice. Then I'm going to attach it to my card just like this. So I'm going to glue it all over the back here because maybe I'll glue. Hopefully I'm not out of glue. That's the way it happens on videos. As soon as you start, they go out of glue. That's why I keep 3 bottles handy. And I apologize, my puppy is playing, so if you hear some growling in the background, she's having a ball. One of these days I'll have to show you what she looks like. She's not exactly a little puppy. She's a Great Pyrenees puppy. So she's huge. And very, how shall I put it, energetic. There we go. Our first card is finished. And hopefully you tied your bow in the center a little bit better than I did. The envelopes you can decorate later. I took stickers off of our sheet here and stuck them onto the envelopes to decorate them. It just kind of looks nice with it. So here's two different ways you can do this particular card. Now let's, oh, and I almost forgot the gems. We came with two little yellow gems that we're going to stick on the bottom here. And they've got adhesive on them, so they should stay. And there's our card. Isn't that pretty? All right. Now we're on to card number 2. So we're going to start card number 2 now. You're going to find that this is card number 2. Isn't that adorable? I love this little pickup. I got those in just to make for this card. So you may have gotten this pickup, or there's a couple others that I got in as well. So you've got a variety in those kits. I'm not sure which one you personally will get. So let's take out our pieces here. There's not that many pieces to this. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take this small 1/4-inch border and attach it to the green. I'm sorry, to the brown. Okay, so I am a little bit out of sorts. I'm still recovering from all of the disaster. Today we have no internet, no phone. It's gone out again. Things come and go. I film when I can, so if I can't get everything done, it just doesn't get done in time. All right, there's that piece. We're going to take our card now, and we're going to attach this particular piece across the front. You can flip it over and do the other side, whatever you like to do. I cut this to, I believe it was 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then I'll turn that over, try to get the writing in the right direction. Add that. Perfect. Perfect. Now, you have some twine. It's a long piece of twine. And the reason why it's long, I want you to tie a couple of bows on the end. And to do that, you can use a bow maker or you can tie it yourself. What I did was I actually just tied little bows after I attached the twine. So I actually stuck the twine on like this, and I cut it to the size I needed. This is a neat little trick because nobody can tell. I'll put a dab of glue here, a little dab will do ya. And I'll actually put one probably right there and there. And what I'm going to do is attach it. Hopefully you can see on top of the glue all the way over to that corner. Don't worry, we're going to put pennants over top of it. So if you don't get it perfectly straight, it's okay. And then kind of hold it in place for a moment so it'll stay. Need a little bit more glue there. And I need to trim off that extra little piece. See if I can do it. There we go. Excellente. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now let's tie a bow. For those of you that have a bow maker, go ahead and use it. I'm going to use mine. And if you haven't used a bow maker before, these things are super cool. You can actually do several little loops around it like that. Tuck it underneath. Pull the twine over. Kind of pull it tight. And then when you wrap the knot, you just pull it like this. And you've got a perfect little bow. Isn't that cool? I'll do it again. Yes, I sell these. I don't know if they're on the website yet, but if you need one, I do sell bow makers. The ones I sell are much bigger. They're much more versatile. So I'm going to try this again. 1, 2, 3. Tuck it under. Then pull it over. Then tie a little knot by going in from the bottom. Just like that. How many times a day do I say that? I don't know. Now, we've got our little bows, so we can glue those in place. The mail guy just came by while I was breaking there for just a moment and informed me that they're no longer delivering Amazon, FedEx, or UPS packages. Because of the disaster, they're so far behind, and they've got so many packages that they can't deliver. And they're going to refuse all Amazon packages, UPS packages. So it's going to be a while before we receive any of these shipments. And I'm devastated because I've got all kinds of good stuff coming. All right. So in your kit, you got some ephemera. We're going to take this, open it up, and we're going to pull out the little banners that are in there. I'm going to keep it handy because we're going to be using that in the cards to follow. So I'll pull out my little banners. Pretty little ephemera in this kit. I like it. All right, where did my little banners go? They're in here. There's the Hello Pumpkin that we need. Okay. There they are. They were on the bottom. I'm going to punch those out. If you wish to distress these, you can do that for time. I'm not going to, but they are prettier if you distress the edges because you don't see any of the perforations. So I'm going to take the scissors and just clip off that little perforation there. And then you just glue these down in place. You can pop them up if you'd prefer. So I'll just glue these down. You can put them up on top of the rope or under it. I'm kind of doing under this time. I did on top before. I'm going to try it this way. I don't know. Maybe I like it better on top. Yeah, I might. Let's try that. Hides the twine rope across through there. There we go. Now, I'm going to pop up our border that goes across through here. I'm going to trim it just a smidgen there because it was just a little bit too long. And I think I trimmed part of the brown. Didn't mean to. Take some pop-up tape or maybe some of the pop-up dots. You can use those. And stick this down. I want it to be low because I want it to show the little pickup. And then I just use the glue to attach the pickup heavily because I like it to show up and stay. It's wood. And then just stick that down. Then the last thing is this little banner. You can distress it as well. I just glue it in place. And there you have it. That is a cute, cute card. Like it? I do. That's probably one of my favorites. I really, really enjoyed that one. All right, my friends, we're getting ready to do another card. We're going to do number 3. Let me see if I can spread this out just a little bit more. All right. Now, we're going to open up our card kit. Pull out the contents. We're going to attach this like this. Okay, so this is the card. And you'll see there's a Z fold. So this piece is going to be this one. This piece we're going to score and burnish. It's already scored for you, but we're going to burnish it. Big mountain fold here, and then a valley fold, as they call it, here. Let me see if I can turn this to where you can see it. And we're going to take that and connect it here. So we're going to glue that together by taking our glue, attaching it to the other card, just right here. Okay, and lining it up. Now I have that fold that we saw on the main card. See it? Okay, so now we're going to fold this down. I cut a different piece. Like I told you earlier, I'm doing different backgrounds so you can see a different way of doing it. This is, of course, 4 inches by 5 1/4 up. And you can attach it any way you want on any color of paper using the packet, what's ever left from your main project. Let me make sure I've got the right spot. Okay. I'm actually gluing this in place inside where I connected the two. So let me show you. Here's the mountain fold that we added. We glued it on the back, and I'm attaching this to the front here. Now the next piece I need to attach is this little piece, which will go right here. Again, feel free to distress these papers before you attach them. This piece is cut to 2 1/4 inches by 4. Ooh, that would have been a pretty front too. We're going to stick this down here, burnish it. Then we have a little piece of rust-colored cardstock that we're going to attach there, but we're going to take from our sticker paper this Always Beautiful sticker, adhere it to our mat, trying to get it centered as best possible, popping it up on the card, but I'm going to do that after I do the flower because this is a sticker and this is a sticker. So let's go ahead, look at our sticker sheet, pull this one off, and we're going to pull this one. We're going to attach this little one. See, there's 2 different ones. We're going to attach the solid yellow, the big yellow one, down here to our flap. And we want this one to kind of go up so that when we fold this, it shows. So I'm going to put it like that. Then I'm going to adhere this in the upper corner. And but to do that, I'm going to use my pop-up tape. Or I call it, it's double stick foam tape, but you can use whatever you prefer. I'm going to put that down up here in the corner. Then there's one last sticker we want to attach, and it's this hello here. So I'm going to pull that off, and I'm going to stick it here. Then last but not least, I'm going to take my ribbon. Isn't that a pretty ribbon? It's a seam binding. That's what I use most of the time. And I'm going to open up my bow maker just a little bit so I get a larger bow this time. And make this a little bow that I can stick to the front right here under these flowers. Again, you can tie a bow. I'm just making it quick and easy. See, it makes a real pretty little bow. Pull the ends down like this, and it gives you a nice bow effect. I'm going to fold those ends in half like this, clip it, and it gives me a nice point. Then I'm going to fold this one in half, hopefully, and clip it. And I get a little point there. Add my glue right here. And stick my little bow on and let that dry. Isn't that an easy, quick card? And it looks so pretty when you get it finished. Now, of course, my bow's not going to stick right now. I'll have to leave it there for a bit. Maybe put something on top of it to hold it until it dries. So that's card number 3. Let's move on to card number 4. So for card number 4, we're going to have this particular kit. This is my mother's favorite card. She absolutely loves this. It's using a punch that I found on Etsy. Let me see if I can, oh, sorry for the noise. It's a huge punch, 3 3/4 inches, and it punches out that leaf. So I used it to punch these out for you. It, it punched out the pretty distressed leaves, but I did take ink and apply to them so that I could rough up those edges. And again, I use distressed ink, and I use either gathered twig or vintage photo and a little finger applicator, and just go around the edges so that the white cardstock in the middle doesn't show. I'll use this gold one real quick just to show you. Sorry, it's so far away. I keep forgetting to hold it up for you. But see how it does the edge nice and brown instead of a stark white? And it blends in nicely that way. So I will do that one just to be able to get us by so I can do the card. And I'll put all of my little goodies to the side. Okay, I've got some little embellishments too. I don't want to lose those. Now, here's the envelope. I'm going to take this piece and put it down. You can distress it again if you'd like. That backside would have made a pretty card too. We're going to use that backside in a future card, so I'm going to resist from doing that. Stick that down flat. Then just arrange your leaves any way you want. Now, see this white right here? That's bothering me. So I am going to distress that just a little bit because I don't want that white to show. And with this printed paper, that white core will show. But it doesn't take much to fix it. See? That's a lot better. I'm going to lay it down. Lay my pretty gold one down. No, I think I'm going to put the gold last. I like that. So what I'm going to do is actually glue those down in place. Like that. Here's the green. Now I'm going to do, this is the plaid. You're going to find in your kit, I did actually put extra sheets of paper just so that you'll have plenty in case you decide you want to die cut more leaves and do some other things with your kit papers. That Meadow Glow is just to die for the fall. And then I'll put that one on top. Now I'm going to pop this up, but I'm going to stick the sticker on there. And let me see if I can find, oh, it's actually the ephemera. Sorry, I said sticker, but it's not a sticker. It's ephemera. I'm going to glue that in place on top of the yellow. Oops, I'm off camera, sorry. And then again, take some of my tape. Pop it up. Upside down will not work, guys. I'm going to stick it like that. Take my glue, put it over here on my leaf. Add that in the corner. However I like it. And then the little gems that came with your kit have adhesive on the back, and you can just apply those wherever you like. You can do 1, 2, whatever you prefer. I think I had 3, but I may have lost one in all the moving of my video. I did, but that's okay. You get the idea. So here's our finished card. And it is now complete. So we can move on to the next one. All right, so this is card 5. And I'm going to surprise you with the card, because it's a nice little card and I want you to see how it works. So we took a regular 8.5 by 5.5 card base. We're going to score it at the 2 3/4 mark and fold that. Burnish it down so it opens like this. Okay? Then I'm going to have it flipped inside out. Now, why did I do that? Because I want it to open easily. So it's going to open like this. So I have a mountain fold, then a valley fold. Okay? Now, I'm going to take this piece here. It's going to be the piece that fits like this inside our card. So we're going to fold it over like this. And we're going to be attaching it there. This folds, and then this folds over top of it. You with me? Let me do that again. So here's our fold of our main card. Okay? We set this one inside the card. And this is going to fold all the way over the 2. Now, to do that, I've got to cut my background piece here. I used a different one. You can use any of them you want. I cut it to be 4 inches by 5 1/4. I'm kind of cheating on this particular card kit because I'm not doing the whole thing quite like you would expect. I did not pre-cut all the mats, but I did that so that you could focus on the assembly of it. I'll lay this down here like that. You with me? Okay. Then I'm going to put this on top of that. I'm going to center it. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Into the center of that. Burnish it so it's nice and smooth. Now, this piece here, you're going to need 2 of these because they're going to go right here. And the other one will go on the inside. To speed things up, I'm not going to attach one there. I'm just going to do this one here. So let's go ahead and attach that one. I am making sure that the writing is in the right direction if you're using this particular print. See, now it's starting to come together. And then for this particular piece here, I should have cut a smaller piece, did I not? Perhaps I didn't, but that's okay. I can go ahead and cut one for you. And I may do a different one just to have it on there to show up. Absolutely. So I'm going to make this piece work. I'll trim that so it will fit. I'll glue that. Ooh, that's pretty too. Ooh, which one do we want, guys? I think I'm going to do that. This is the one I originally picked. Okay. And I'll glue it down here. Erase my little pencil marks because I don't want that to show. Okay, so you can add paper here. You can add paper here. this is where you're going to write, so you don't want to add paper there. I'll pull this over. Now, there's different decorative pieces that you could use. See, I used a different one here. I'm going to use this mushroom, and I'm going to attach it to the cardstock that's already in the kit, pre-cut. I like the mushroom a lot, so I'm going to stick it on there. And I'm going to attach it so that it is in the center of the card, like this. Not in the center of this. I'm going to pull it over just a bit. So I'm going to glue it on this edge only. The edge that goes on the little card that overlaps. So let me pull this here, put this here. Oh, that is a pretty card, guys. Isn't that beautiful for the fall? Just gorgeous. Now, if you wish to add the wording that I used on here was some of the ephemera. I used the Gather Here for a Thankful Heart square that came in the middle of this, and I attached it up there. So I'm going to glue that down in place. It's got a nice white border, so you don't have to use a mat. In fact, I'm going to move it up just a bit. Well, I didn't get it straight at all. That's the beauty of glue. You can move things several times if you need to. Okay, there we go. I'm really not crazy about that there, but it's not bad. I think I'll move it right there. No, I like it better where it was. Too late now to second guess it, guys. So that's card number 5. Isn't that cool? All right, now let's head on to number 6. For number 6, we've got this gorgeous card here. All right. Now, this gold leafing is in the last video for a product demonstration. I'm going to be attaching my mushrooms without the gold leafing temporarily, just so you can see how the card is constructed. But to figure out how to do that gold leafing, you've got a beautiful kit of gold leafing product here, and I go through that on the last video so you can see how to do it. And then I did the very edges of my cardstock and the little ephemera there because I wanted just a hint of gold. So let me hold it up. Hopefully you can see it has a little bit of gold on the edge. All right, so let's assemble the card, and then I'll just temporarily put them on, and then when we get to the product video, I will show you how to do the gold leafing on those. So we'll just assemble it for a temporary fix right now. So here we go, our main card. I've got my decorative paper already pre-cut. I did use the honeycomb pattern again, but this time I'm doing it sideways instead of across. So I'm going to glue that on. It's 5 1/4 inches by 4. When I'm using scraps for the backgrounds, I don't worry about which direction the pattern goes. So I'll glue this on in place here. There we are. Now I'm going to attach that ephemera of the Happy Thanksgiving to this piece here. I'll pop it up on there later, but right now we just need to attach it so that when I do the gold leafing, it's already on there. So I'll put that on there right now. Should be a nice tight fit. Good. And we will pop that up onto the card. So I'm going to wait for just a moment. You've also got a strip of the pumpkins, and you can put those across through there. So I left you a long strip on the decorative paper. Of course, that came in your kit like that. So you're going to need to cut it out, trim it, and then cut it off at that point. and then just glue it down. Now be careful, because in your kit, there is a tiny, what looks like scrap. That's not a scrap. It's going to go on top of this. So I'm going to stick it down at the bottom. I'm going to put just a small bead of glue across, and I'm going to stick this above that border. I cut it extra long because I didn't know if you wanted to do it across the whole card or just on that border. I'm going to trim it, but I wanted to stick it in place first. Doesn't that really add to it? It emphasizes that quite a bit. Cool, huh? So don't throw away those little scraps. I know it's hard to hang on to everything, but that's what they are. Then here I ordered a die. I think it was Picket Fence, if I'm not mistaken, that came with 3 different size mushrooms. And I'm going to pop these up on my card here. And again, I'm not doing a permanent thing, so I'm just going to barely put some tape on, or mounting foam on there, so that it will hold. You may need to punch out those little dots if they didn't come out with the die cutting. Now, if you'll take your finger and do like this on it several times, stick it to your skin. See, it doesn't have as much tackiness, so you can put it on there, and then you'll be able to pull it right back off. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to cut it just a little bit less to where it will fit on the stem. Same thing, pull the backing off, and I'm going to put my finger all over it. The oil from your skin will coat it just a little bit so that you don't have to worry about it sticking permanently on you. So I stuck those on there. Now I'm going to temporarily fix this on there too. You know the ritual. We'll stick it on there. There we go. I'm going to take them back off when we do that other video, so I just want to stick it to where you can see it. And then lastly, glue the leaf on. Now, if you're going to glue this leaf on right now, you want to be sure and keep it off of the mushrooms, because we're going to be removing those. There you go. That's the completed card. We're going to go back and use the gold leafing in the last video. One more time, I'll take care of that. Thanks for joining me on how to make all your note cards. I hope you enjoyed it. I did have a couple more that I made that I thought you might want to see, just for future ideas. I did another one of, let me scoot some of this out of the way so you can see them. I did this card in greens. I did this particular card in layering it. I even cut out the flowers a little bit. This one I really like, using banners and making it into a montage collage type look. That was really pretty. So those will give you some more ideas. And then I went back and did my envelopes with leftover pieces of paper, just distressed it a little bit, some of the stickers or the ephemera. Any scraps that I had, I put on here. That way my envelopes look really wonderful with my note cards. So that's it on the note cards, guys. The next one's the card folio. I hope you'll follow me on that one. We're going to knock it out in no time at all. Thank you, guys.